Greetings and salutations, folks. My name's Nick, and welcome to the real future of interactivity. Such immense technological power that it can only be brought to you through the real Phillips 3DO. Today, I'd like to try something. We'll see how far I actually get with this. I'd like to do some more, like a regular retro day. Let's say Retro Mondays, as I've titled it. We are beginning with D, a game that was released on the PlayStation 1 and Saturn and 3DO. I think it's also, you can get it now if you have on Good Old Games, but I'm playing the 3DO version because why not? It is a game of very limited interactivity. It's a game that makes the Seventh Guest look like it has like even deeper gameplay than it already is, even though it's just essentially a maneuver around rooms and look at puzzles. This is also maneuver around rooms and look at puzzles and hopefully don't die. Some things to note. Let's take a look at the instruction manual. There is a message from the president of Warp Interactive, Kenji Ino. Thank you very much for purchasing the D Interactive software title. Warp Inc. spent about 1 year working hard to develop this game for your enjoyment. The best way to play this game is from the very beginning to the last scene. Is there any other game that you would say, you know, the best way to play the game is to start from the middle and then work your... Don't start from the beginning. But I digress. Think of it as if it were an actual movie. For this reason, you have just 2 hours to solve the whole mystery. Once a movie begins, you cannot stop the movie to get a box of popcorn. Except this is being released for home audiences, and VHS exists at the time? So we did not include a save option. Please enjoy your movie-going experience. Please continue to try to solve the mystery of D until you are able to watch the whole movie and discover the best ending. Good luck, and be careful. By the way, it says D in quotations. So the thing is with this game is you really do only have 2 hours to play through the whole game, because there is a ticking timer, and once that timer is over, it's just game over. You have 2 hours, and that's it. Once Laura enters the hospital at 3 a.m., she has only 2 hours to solve the mystery before she is trapped by the same unknown force that has transformed her father. And this also uses 2 CDs. The plot, so far. In the middle of the night in 1997, a mass murder occurs at the National Hospital near downtown Los Angeles. The suspect is the hospital's director, Dr. Richter Harris. They believe he is still holding many patients hostage. The police are afraid to enter the hospital. Upon hearing the strange news about her father, Dr. Harris' only daughter, Laura, jumps into her car and races from San Francisco down to Los Angeles. Can Laura solve the mystery behind what transformed her father from one of America's most respected doctors to a potential mass murderer? Well, so I have a guide on my phone in case I want to refer to it. There is going to be a specific section farther on in the game involving a rotating room that I remember giving me trouble as a kid, that I might load up the walkthrough for, but for like the beginning, for just walking around, I'm probably just going to go without. But without further ado, let's pop in this CD. There we go. And say goodbye to this phenomenal screensaver that has entertained us for so long. (1997) Los Angeles. Do not adjust the color of your television. We control the horizontal, the vertical. A mass murder has taken place in a hospital some distance away from downtown Los Angeles. I mean, everything sounds dramatic if you say it in partial and fragments of sentences. He had to get up and walk across the room to get a burger. The criminal is one Richard Harris. He is one of America's best-known doctors, a quiet and studious man who's director of the hospital. Suddenly transformed into a mass murderer. Richter has seized a large number of hostages and barricaded himself in the hospital, where the police cannot reach him because they're scared. His daughter Laura hears the news. At school in San Francisco. Immediately, she drives to Los Angeles to find out what it is that has made her father a mass murderer. Reaching the scene of the tragedy, she prepares to enter the hospital. Oh, and then we get like little previews of what's going to happen later on in the game. And none of these rooms look like they're in a hospital. Though, to be fair, there's a local hospital that plans to install some spikes in their ceiling with a lowering feature. They're planning on installing them, but they're not available just yet. Oh, look, you get to find a crank at some point in the game. D. Press the... Oh, by the way, the Phillips 3DO has a play pause button because they really wanted to emphasize that this is a movie. Although it's kind of funny, like, you consider the fact that this is less than a 2-hour experience. Because you're expected to play the whole thing in less than 2 hours. And it still requires more than one CD. Although I remember a friend of mine had a copy of, I think it was Mortal Kombat, the 90s Mortal Kombat movie on CD. I don't know why they had the CD version. But then you could say the same thing about anybody that bought the PSP version of any movie. Oh, look, we're walking into the hospital. And yeah, the Mortal Kombat CD version was separated onto 2 discs as well. Oh no, just a bunch of dead people off to the sides. And then we've been transported into a different world, a different place. And now the game begins. Oh, yeah, this gives you hints. And then it breaks. You have a limited amount of hints. And then it is 3 o'clock. We have 2 hours to solve this. So I've actually played this game before, but it has probably been like over 20 years. I don't remember what that means. But alas, there is no escape. Okay, I can't walk directly over to the table. We've got the area to the right. The door, which we've interacted with. We don't even care about the giant painting? Also, it appears that... Did they even say what was the name of the main character? Laura? Yeah, Laura. Walks with the pace of a Resident Evil... That would make a Resident Evil 1 character seem fast. Oh yeah, it's just a little spooks. So scary. But now is not the time for fear. We must find our father. Defeat him.
Laura. 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 This is your father. Laura, go back. You must not cross over to this side. This is another world born of my own mind. Laura, go back. Come further and your world will be closed off from you. Laura, I'm...
That's how I That's how I breathe when I'm out of breath, too. Just. Okay, this is just a dead end in the corner. There's stairs in that other direction. Let's take a walk over to this side of the room. Maybe we can look at the fireplace? I feel like a lot of this is just kind of like figuring out what you can actually walk over to and what you can interact with. And when you're moving on rails that are not really... like, there's no map that says, like, this is a point where you can interact with. Oh. Although, to be fair, this was an era where video game acting was generally big. It was big motions. It was more theatrical, largely because, like, people were still figuring out how to display character emotion in 3D space. Let's not go upstairs right away. Oh, hello. Oh no! Oh my goodness! That was too scary. I'm gonna have to turn this game off because of the fear. Was it scary when it came out? Like, was it scary for its time? Okay, I probably need the crank for this. The crank that we saw earlier in that preview. Oh. Okay, so there's a bunch of spikes against the wall. That seems like it would probably be bad. Let's go upstairs first. That seems a little bit less dangerous. We probably need to solve... Oh my gosh. Her footsteps so loud. We probably need to solve the mystery of the whiskey barrel first before we can progress past the spikes. Okay, so there's just the door on the left and a door straight on. That is a good shot. Oh my goodness! He was killed by spikes. Oh, he was also killed by spikes. Ah, here are the numbered drawers. Okay, I actually think I remember this puzzle. If I remember correctly, you're supposed to open the drawers in a specific order. Like, in order to make an item appear. Ah, a key. I'm going to try to avoid, yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to avoid use, like I have the guide just in case I really get lost. But I feel like I should avoid using it as long as I can. Let's see if this opens up that locked door at the bottom floor. The one on the other side of the dining room. But, oh... This is one of those things that's like... that is definitely a fair critique of this game, even for then, is just how slow your character walks. Like, half of this game is just waiting for your character to move around. If this doesn't open up this door, I'm going to go through the spiked room. Hope for the best. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, I have to open up my inventory first. Also, note that there isn't even a keyhole on the door. Or at the very least, a visible keyhole. Oh, it's been because it's beneath the doorknob. Oh my goodness, oh. Should I stop now? Huh. Why is his hand in the wall? What was he reaching for? Is this a Silent Hill 2 protagonist? Okay, so I can't do anything with him yet. What did I... Oh, okay. I was going to say, why am I even in this room? Okay, apparently I need a specific number. All right, we've been going for about 10 minutes or so. That means we still have 1 hour and less than an hour and 50 minutes before we're trapped in this world forever. How nice of that spike trap for not just wrecking me. All right. Oh my. This frame rate. This is asking too much of the power. Of like the Phillips 3DO is already such a powerful console, maybe even the most powerful console in the market today, let alone of its own time. Let's see if there's anything on the other side of the table. There is not. Okay, and if there's nothing, I'm probably just going to go back upstairs and try my hand at the I'm gonna try my hand at the drawers. If nothing works out, I'll resort to the guide. But I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to open them up in like a specific order. Of course, maybe I'm just overthinking things and remembering things wrong. Maybe I just need to open them. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with Skeleton Man. Oh wait, no, that door leads to spikes. I mean, I could also probably brute force this relatively easily enough. Alright, let's try one. Ah, I remember. We were supposed to drop this in some water. No. Oh. Let's try two. This is one. This is two. This is three. This is four. This is five. There's a bandit on your six. There's that bandit again. You know, if you're going to make a squad-based game where you have voice acting, you need to have more than one voice. Like, that goes towards both, like, I'm giving you bonus points, let's say double bonus points if you get the reference to that. Half bonus points if your name is Pete. But, like, I'm reminded of the first Killzone game, where, like, every combat felt exactly the same, because, like, there's just the one voice for all of the bad guys. You'd go into a firefight, and they'd be like, "Look out, it's the enemy! We need reinforcements! A grenade! Ah!" Luckily, we saw this in the intro. Otherwise, how would we know? 4-2. How would we know otherwise? Okay, I just have to remember 2 numbers for the entire duration of climbing up the stairs. In theory, I will manage that. Also, I believe this game does have QuickTime events, which could make it one of the oldest games to have QuickTime events. I don't know what the oldest QuickTime event-based game might be. It's probably not this one. Was it 4-2? Oh, son of a... 4... There we go. Yeah, just look at that. That crank. So now we could probably deactivate the spike trap and proceed to the next set of rooms, despite our father and his fear of us being trapped within the dimension of his mind. Although we still need to figure out what to do about the skeleton man with his hole in the wall, with his arm in the wall. I wonder if I tried to go past the spikes again, would have just led to instant death. Wow, that was horrible. $78. All right, that's what we'll need from that specific box. Except we're going to have to essentially spin the numbers a couple times until we get to that point. You know, a game could have a lot of backtracking in a very small amount of space if your character moves at like an inch a second. Like if your character is a snail, a small room can become a giant area. Although that reminds me, there's still one movie I've yet to watch. I think it might be Monsters University, where like, also, I do like the ghostly light coming from the ceiling. Where like there's a character who is like either a snail or a sloth, and they're trying to get to school on time, and they're like on their way to school the entire movie, and by the time they show up, the movie's over, and so is the semester. 78. Does that... How does the... Does this just keep rotating? So it goes back 9. Okay. Let's try to aim for the 7. Or no, we have to aim for the 9. Now that only went back 6. All right. So shall we aim for the 1? Do I have to have... I wonder if I have to have them both, like, first the left one and first the right one. Oh. I think I get it. So 7, it'll go back 7. So I need to aim for 1. Yes. Because now it's going to go back 6. So now I need to go to 1. Son of a bitch. Ah! I feel like I'm going to use up all of my time just opening this cabinet. Ah. You know, maybe I should try to aim for the right number and the left number separately. And then you have to sit and wait for the numbers to... to spin completely before you can try again. I'm probably going to die because of this. Ah. Okay, that's good. Ah, come. So, how are you doing today? I guess I'm okay. You know, just trapped in another dimension. Trying to get some numbers to line up. Ah! Finally. Oh. Oh yeah, it is on the other side of the wall. I probably should realize that. All right. I guess now I can go through the 78 door. How much time did I waste on this? Okay, we still got an hour and 30 minutes. I might... I feel like this is just encouraging me to break out the walkthrough by the time we get to the rotating room. But that's for future me to decide. And I might just break out the walkthrough just to ensure I know what rooms I should be going into first. Because the rotating room apparently makes rooms appear randomly. But I believe that's also going to be the point where our lives will be in danger. And by our lives, I mean Laura's. Just Laura. This is kind of cool. Also, like, what kind of movie experience has basically two characters? Like, they're really pushing the movie angle. Oh no! Run, Laura! Now you're picking up some speed. Fly, you fool! Also, this is somehow... No, this is no longer... We've left hospital territory a long time ago. Hello? Spooky painting on the wall. Okay, I feel like that's important. Okay, we have some sort of animal on the left, chicken at the top, rabbit on the right, possibly a deer at the bottom. And whoever designed the wallpaper in this house probably also picked out the decorations for the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. I wonder, can I walk up to that desk? I think the answer is no. The answer is no. Okay, can I do anything else in this room? The answer is no. This room is entirely dedicated to the one spooky picture and the clue involving the animals. Okay. Or there's something else. Yes. Ah, here. Hold on. I think I need to keep rotating it. And then now it should be good. In theory. Although I would have to say that I prefer puzzles like this over the puzzles in The Seventh Guest, where the puzzles in The Seventh Guest are largely take it or leave it minigames that have very little to do with exploration and finding things. And that's one of the reasons why I'm also very excited about the remake. Because there will be undoubtedly no microscope-based puzzles in the remake. Or that can puzzle that I could never figure out. Like, it looks like the remake is really focusing on, like, using this kind of, like, flashlight to find clues. Something about these shiny beetles seem to be unlocking something. I think like unlocking memories that Laura had repressed. Yeah, now I think I can remember. This a little bit more. I want to say like she stabs the other girl as a child or something. But I mean, like, that's where the flashbacks seem to be going. Oh. There doesn't seem to be anything for me to do with these heads, though they do seem important. And that red book seems important. Well, let's try the next door, see where this goes, if we're allowed to go anywhere through it. Okay, so there's a key. I don't remember there being a locked door. I mean, maybe I could try the key on the statues? I could try the key on the books. And then if either of those work... Yeah, I can't interact with these. Hey, did you see the guy who tried to interact with the statues? Turns out it was a bust. Okay. So I can't interact with that either. Let's head back to the main room. Maybe there was a door I missed. Oh my god. The pathing system is it's a little much. Now I can look at the other doors. I have to be in very specific territory. Maybe that's the issue. I'm not specific enough. How much time do I have? Does the key access the boulder? Yeah, there's not really anything I can do back in that direction, so at the very least we know... Now I can go here. Because I can only access it from this specific... angle. Ah, the missing book. Although that book seems like it's more of a tome. All right, let us make our way through the myriad of pathways that we must undertake in order to walk up to the designated bookcase. I feel like it's this where, like those Eye of the Beholder style games of the 90s really kind of stands out, or should I say brings a quality of life that's missing. And that's the fact that...
Laura.
Oh no,
Laura.
it's father.
Laura. 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 What are you doing? Go back. Now.
I tried to go back. I tried to leave.
Can't stop me. Leave the hospital. Quickly. If you do not, you'll never be able to return to your own world. Do you understand, Laura? Quickly!
Laura. I need to be even closer to the bookcase. Also, is the book now gold? I thought it was... Okay. Oh my, a hidden passage. Who would have expected such from a secret bookcase? Okay, now we're in the rotating room. Oh yeah, and that's insert disc 2. All right, hold on a second. When was the last time you played a game that made you swap discs? Okay, I'm hoping you didn't crash, game. I'm just so... I find myself paranoid about the technology, despite the fact that I'm sure this worked at some point in time. Like, most of my paranoia is kind of centered around the fact that I have not really played too many games on this system. Could I have just started halfway? Is that possible? Like if I inserted disc 1 from, or disc 2 from the beginning. Like, would I have been fine? Okay, there's this big iron door behind us. So this is the rotating room. This is the only one space in the game that I remember to be worried about. So apparently we're looking for a Hall of Knights. Also, let's see, we have 1 hour and 15 minutes left on the clock. So this is one of a brick wall that is impassable. But sometimes a beetle symbol might be there. Like, if this was more consistent... Oh.
Laura.
Why are you looking at the floor, Laura? He always appears...
Laura. Soon I will no longer be the man you know. I can feel my control slipping away. Quickly, before that happens, you must leave here. I want you, of all people, to be safe from me. Laura, there's nothing I can...
All right, let's spin the wheel one more time. Which room did we get? We got the brick wall again. I mean, there's only like 6 possible choices. That's the way back to the library. And the thing is, we're looking for one. And I feel like this is why it was confusing to me as a kid, is because it's like, oh, so this is just creating random results. And you're looking for a specific result. And somehow we've gotten brick wall twice. No, we've gotten brick wall 3 times. This is how we're going to die. Because we're busy RNGing this rotating room. I'm assuming that it's a different door depending on what you're trying to leave through. Depending on the room itself. The next time I see that door, I'm going to try it regardless. Okay, so this is the stained glass room. Okay, that's for later. Okay, so we basically have to repeatedly... that's even more time. We need to rotate the room. No, maybe it isn't random. Maybe it cycles. Maybe I've been making assumptions. So then there's brick. Which, according to the walkthrough, is the next one on the list. It is room 6. So, if I rotate this and the next room is the Hall of Knights, then it's not random. So the confusion is less about it being random and more about it not really reflecting change. And it's brick again. So yeah, I guess it is random. But this is a puzzle. This is a series of puzzles. And the problem is, like, you can't, like, according to the walkthrough at the very least, like, the thing that you need to do in the stained glass room, you have to get an item from another room first. I mean, technically, we're actually almost towards the end of the game anyway. So, it's not a long game. I think this is the Hall of Knights. I can see knights on the sides. Okay, I apparently need to pay attention to the bottom of the screen. Because it'll give me instructions on how to evade death. Oh no! Was I not fast enough? Also... Okay, I was not fast enough. At least I didn't die. That was my concern. But wow, that is a quick time. Like, imagine... Oh no, it's the night again! Like you're playing this game for the first time, and you don't even know QuickTime events exist. And then, like, nothing in the game has set up the presence of QuickTime events. Oh no, he's still going. Oh my... Like, there's... Let's try that again. You know, at least she just dust herself off. She's good for another round. And you know that there's no variety to the mechanics. You're just gonna... That is a nice transition, in my opinion. Have we stopped fighting? Sir Knight, what are you grabbing her by? Take that! Suck it, Knight. Ah, she was very capable of removing the sword from the stone. Okay, and that's everything we need here. So now... we need to go to the garden. Which means rotating once again. What's how much time we got? We still got an hour and 5 minutes. All right, which room have we got this time? It's the brick wall again. Ooh, but this time we got some more story, I think. No, the game just went to black for completely unrelated reasons. All right, what have we got? Here's hoping for a garden view. No, that's the locked door from when we came in. Do we got a big winner? Big win? Oh, not a big winner today. We got brick wall. That's okay. Laura's aiming to play again. Mommy wants to win a new pair of shoes. Big winner, big winner. No whammies, no whammies. What have we got? for us today? What's behind door number 15? That's just another brick wall. See, if they didn't make it random, and if there was just a set of rooms, but like I feel as though like that is shares space with the walking speed. Like if they made the character walk faster, you'd finish the game faster, and the game is already short. Maybe this is what I'm looking for? I think this is what I'm looking for. Oh no, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. That's the circular pool room. That's going to be the second to last step to get out of the rotating room spiral. See, I would say this is worse than the 78 thing, because like the 78 is my own ineptitude working against me, whereas this is just the game working against you. Like supposedly there's going to be like a beetle that shows up there too. But it also only, like the walkthrough only says a beetle may appear. So more randomness, more RNG. All right, we're looking for the garden. What would be nice is if rooms that you could not enter before, or should say rooms that you're done with. Ooh, this might be the garden. We have not seen an upstairs path yet. Okay, yeah, this is what we're looking for. There's this tower. Which we cannot enter at this time. Oh, oh no, Laura, what are you doing to that hole? All right. Okay, I don't know if that has any importance. I'm trying not to read too far ahead. Oh. Okay, so that first symbol is the M. Let's see how differently. All right, the second symbol was the hat. Damn it. The third symbol is the water. Okay. This is a lot easier than playing this game in the 90s and having to take notes. So it's, and also like there's so little controls in this game. But like you press different buttons to do the same things. Like in order to access this lever, I have to press A, and then I press A to use it. I press back to stop using it. But in order to use the telescope, I have to press up to move to the telescope, and then press A to use it. I'm still not entirely sure what this means, but I'm sure we're not seeing every bit of the puzzle. And then, once again, like I can always just resort to the walkthrough in case I really get stuck. But I still have about, I was going to say about an hour left, and yeah. Okay, there was a fountain outside. And I didn't really look at it. Laura, you literally have less than an hour to live. Could I motivate you to move slightly faster for your own life's sake? Sagittarius. Oh, what constellations, what sets of stars would have made up Sagittarius? I have no idea what the Sagittarius constellation looks like. Let's look up what Sagittarius looks like. It is a bow. Sagittarius constellation. It looks like a rocket ship with uneven wings and an antenna. So, don't think red is it. Green might be it. Blue is definitely not it. Actually, no, there are two greens. Yeah. Okay, I think that's fine. I think I'm missing something. Oh, hello. Aquarius. It would be very convenient if Aquarius is blue. Alright, let's look up the constellation for Aquarius. Aquarius looks like the stick figure of somebody sitting down with a really long head. Which, based on the constellations I've seen, looks like none of them. Again, maybe green. I'm just gonna... Is it just Aquarius and Sagittarius? I'm going to use the walkthrough for this. I feel like there's a little bit of room for interpretation, and I am dumb. So Aquarius is the light blue button. Sagittarius is the green button. Huh. So I was extremely close. But because I didn't try the light blue button on its own. Ah. And now the treasure chest is available for us to take. You know, I might not have actually beaten this game before. I might have just gotten far. Okay, now we need to figure out how to get out of here. I think this is the path back. All right, now we need to rotate back to the pool room. And then we have to go in there, open the chest, and then we have to rotate back to the stained glass room. And then we are free to leave this cursed rotating room. So the stairs down, that's the path that leads to the... Nope. I'm hoping this game is kind enough to be like, you know, the rooms in which you don't need to go to anymore, we're not going to rotate to anymore. I'm hoping. And that might be why the brick wall keeps showing up, is because there's still supposed to be... like another beetle. Okay, but we're still making good time. We still have 50 minutes on the clock. And this is the Hall of Knights again. Okay, so the other rooms that you were done with still remain. Great. Let's see. In the meantime, the lucky ones are dead. Live the nightmare of D as the horror begins in Los Angeles National Hospital. Los Angeles National Hospital? What does that even mean? What kind of hospital is a city hospital as well as a national hospital? As Laura, you must find out why your father, hospital director Dr. Richter Harris, has lost his sanity, murdered some of the patients, and taken others hostage. Are you prepared to solve the deadly crime? Among other loathsome acts, you must remove a ring from a rotting hand, avoid being impaled on wall spikes, and get out of the room without doors. We haven't encountered that yet. Unless this is the room without doors. While the clock ticks, treachery awaits. Good luck and sweet dreams. Oh, it says that on the back of the instruction manual and the back of the jewel case. And the back of the box. But it also adds on, this is the first interactive horror movie for the 3DO interactive multiplayer. High-definition CGI art gives life to the horrors of D. The wicked tale unfolds with movie-style cinematography. Like, it has cutscenes? Like, I mean, they had to invent cutscenes at some point. They didn't exist. Simple controls allow for more concentration on the plot. That is a really nice way to say that there's no gameplay. Like, you don't have to worry about pushing buttons, because you need to focus on the story, the deep story of D. Yes. Fantastic. Because the only thing left on the box for me to read is that it's a 2 CD set. Which is like, it reminds me back in the day when DVDs were first introduced. And they were like special features, scene index. What is this? A gun. Everybody knows that a gun is the sworn enemy of stained glass.
Laura. 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 Soon I will be transformed. When that happens, my new self will have need of you. This other self is one I cannot control. It is he who has done these horrible things. Laura, leave here. He wants you.
All right. Now, one last trip through the rotating room until we get the stained glass. What can we read about up until that point? It's just the brick wall again. This is the message from Kenji, you know. Depending on Laura's actions, there are different endings to this game. Until you reach the end, you have not solved the mystery of D. When the words "the end" appear on the screen, you have solved the mystery behind the sudden transformation of Dr. Richter Harris. By watching this movie to the very last scene, you will know the true meaning behind D. No, this is the garden. Double CD. In using this double CD, when you need to switch between Disk 1 and Disk 2, some data will be saved automatically. Okay, that is literally all I can read on the box and the instruction manual. I've killed as much time as I can. May God have mercy on my soul. Yes! Just... That seems awfully precarious. Yeah. This seems safe. Laura. Laura.
Laura. Laura. Laura. not come to me. The one who I am to become needs blood for the change to be complete. You have seen what he will do, and it is your blood that he wants most. Laura, we are cursed. In our veins flows the blood of Dracula.
Oh. So this game, the D on this game stands for Dracula. This is my blood. This is my game. It stands for Dracula. I may not have actually completed this. Did I stab somebody? Did I get stabbed? So that's a really weird blood dripping effect, but I can accept it. Nom 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 nom. Ah, so I'm remembering the time the beast inside took over. So is this a dead end? Oh, okay. Oh, I need to line up the, That was very convenient. That was entirely luck. No walkthrough guidance on that one. No brains or brilliant deductions on what the gears would do. Just good old-fashioned luck. Kind of like how this staircase looks. Like, I don't think I want to use that as, like, the screenshot, the thumbnail on the YouTube version. I do like the music right now, though. It's got a vibe going. Ah, and is the painting like your sister or something that you stabbed? And then drank her blood. So wait, does D2 still have to deal with Dracula? Like you're dealing with the blood of Dracula again? Like I remember D2 on the Dreamcast, like you're in the snow and you're fighting monsters. Oh no, it's your father!
So, Laura, you've come. Now I will tell you everything. Hear me and leave, before the one who is not me can emerge. Laura, in our veins flows the blood of Dracula. The time of change comes to all of his blood. It starts with lust for the strange. Then comes the desire for human flesh to make the change complete. Yes, Laura, that time came for you as well. I erased the memory, so you have forgotten. When Dracula took control of you, with those very hands you killed your mother.
Not your sister, your mom.
To be accursed. And now you know you must leave. I feel myself changing.
Wait, does this mean that...
Your flesh, Laura. Listen to what I say. It is your flesh that I need, just as you needed your mother's. Come to me!
No. Also, why would this thing have more than one bullet? And also, like, hold on. Does every descendant of Dracula become Dracula? Laura. Laura.
Laura, you've ended it. Thank you. A little more, and the change would have been complete. Perhaps, as a doctor, I wanted to see how the transformation would affect me. But that was wrong. And now, I will end my life as a man of flesh and blood. Laura, thank you. I love you. My last wish is that...
What's your last wish? And now we have been returned to the hospital. The illusion... Oh my gosh. The illusion of his mind vanished after his death. Oh my gosh. This end credit song is too intense. Okay, this end credit song is just way too good for this game. No, that was D on the Phillips 3DO. I don't know what game system it was originally made for. Let's take a look. D game wiki. Like, I don't know, it was first released for the 3DO, so this was the original system it was created for. I played it on the PS1 back in the day, but I don't think I finished it. Now, I suppose I could play it again to get the other ending, but no, I'm good. But yeah, it's definitely not. It definitely hasn't aged well due to the limitations of the interactivity, the limitations of the gameplay itself, the limitations of the story. There's not really that much going on in the storyline. I would say like Seventh Guest has a lot more just random things going on. Like there's more puzzles. There's more like weird little scares here or there for you to click on and watch, whereas this game it doesn't quite have as much. It's an interesting idea. The end. Thank you for playing our game. We hope you have enjoyed it and that you'll watch out for our next one. What is their next game? Huh. Warp dubbed their CG model for Laura as a digital actress and had her play different characters in Enemy Zero and D2. Stories that are unrelated to D. Yeah, modern retrospectives find D less appealing because, like, there's not much going on here. It's a very basic adventure game with very simplistic puzzles and a lot of things that just kind of delay you from progressing. It has interesting ideas, like the whole thing of it being like the whole backstory for your character being like hidden behind erased memories, the doctor, like the whole world taking place within the doctor's mind, the blood of Dracula. Sure, but like it's hard to say that people nowadays should play the game. Like if it's more for like it would be something that I would say for people to play as more like an academic view on where gaming used to be, rather than like you can go back and play Super Mario Brothers 3 right now and you can have a great time. You can go back and play Day of the Tentacle right now and have a great time. But I feel as though you need to have an open mind to have even a half decent time with D. Because otherwise you'll be like, man, this is just an old game with a very slow moving character and a relatively shallow plot that just gets explained to you in the end. So if you have that open mind, there are some things to appreciate, especially for its time. In the meantime, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? A different system to plug in for Retro Monday? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.